Hey everyone, welcome back to Comicsing. I'm your movie guy, and today we're diving into the Marvel Cinematic Universe's latest big swing, the Fantastic Four First Steps. This film, released on July 25th, 2025, marks the official debut of Marvel's first family in the MCU, and it's got a lot riding on it after some rocky years for the franchise. Directed by Matt Shakman, with a killer cast like Pedro Pascal and Vanessa Kirby, it's been generating buzz. But does it live up to the hype? Is it the MCU's comeback or just another step? Let's break it down in this spoiler-free review. Stick around and don't forget to like and subscribe. So, The Fantastic Four First Steps is the 37th film in the MCU and kicks off Phase 6. It stars Pedro Pascal as Reed Richards, aka Mr. Fantastic, Vanessa Kirby as Sue Storm, the Invisible Woman, Joseph Quinn as Johnny Storm, the Human Torch, and Ebon Moss-Bachrach as Ben Grimm, the Thing. The story is set in a retro-futuristic 1960s inspired world on Earth 828, a separate universe from the main MCU timeline. This means no Avengers, no prior knowledge needed, just a fresh start. The plot follows the Fantastic Four as they face their biggest challenge yet, Galactus, a cosmic planet eater played by Ralph Ineson, and his herald, the Silver Surfer, played by Julia Garner. The film skips the origin story, thankfully, since we've seen it before, and jumps right into their lives as heroes balancing family and saving the world. Let's start with what works, because there's a lot to like here. First off, the visuals are a standout. The 1960s retro-futuristic aesthetic is like the Jetsons meets Mad Men with a Marvel twist. The Baxter Building, the Fantastic Car, even the team's blue and white costumes, it all feels like a comic book come to life. Critics have called it a visual feast, and I agree. The production design by Khosrow Farahani is vibrant, with flying cars, robot butlers like Herbie, and a New York that feels both nostalgic and futuristic. The cosmic sequences, especially with Galactus, are jaw-dropping. Some reviews compare the visuals to Interstellar for their ambition, and they really pop in IMAX. The cast is another high point. Pedro Pascal brings a grounded, intellectual vibe to Reed Richards, making him a leader you root for. Vanessa Kirby's Sue Storm is the heart of the film, stealing scenes with her emotional depth. Their chemistry as a couple feels real, especially as they deal with Sue's pregnancy and the fear of how their cosmic radiated powers might affect their unborn child. Ebon Moss-Bachrach's Ben Grimm is a fan favorite, with a gruff but loyal personality that shines through the CGI. Joseph Quinn's Johnny Storm adds humor and a hot-headed edge, though his role feels a bit smaller. The family dynamic is the core of the movie, and it works. Think The Incredibles, but with more cosmic stakes. Social media reactions from early screenings praise the heartwarming and fun vibe, and I felt that too. It's a movie that makes you smile. The villain Galactus is terrifying. Ralph Ineson's deep voice and the character's massive scale, described as ripped from the comics, make him a force of nature. Unlike some MCU villains who feel generic, Galactus has a clear motive. He consumes to survive. It's simple but effective. Julia Garner's Silver Surfer adds an intriguing layer, with some hints at a flirty dynamic with Johnny that's unexpected but fun. The score by Michael Giacchino is also a banger, lively, memorable, and perfectly matching the retro vibe. Now, let's talk about what doesn't quite land. While the movie is solid, it's not perfect. The story is straightforward, almost too simple. It's about the Fantastic Four saving the world from Galactus, but there's no big twist or complexity. It tends to feel like they decided to play it safe, especially after Marvel's riskier but messier recent films. With a runtime of just 1 hour and 55 minutes, it's one of the shortest MCU movies, and it can feel rushed. Ben and Johnny, while fun, don't get as much depth as Reed and Sue. You get a taste of their personalities, but it feels like there's more to explore. The villains, while visually epic, have a mixed reception. Galactus is great, but it also kind of feels the villain is underwhelming overall, possibly because the Silver Surfer's role feels more like setup for future films than a fully fleshed out character here. Speaking of setup, the movie does lean into MCU connectivity with post-credit scenes teasing Avengers, Doomsday, and Secret Wars. For some, this might feel like it's serving the bigger MCU machine rather than standing alone. And while the retro aesthetic is cool, some shots feel disconnected from the overall style, which can be jarring. Finally, Reed's stretching powers, while better than past Fantastic Four films, still look a bit odd in some scenes. Marketing barely showed them, likely because they're hard to make look natural. It's not a deal breaker, but it's noticeable. So, where does the Fantastic Four First Steps land? It's a fun, vibrant, and heartfelt superhero movie that finally does Marvel's first family justice. It's not perfect. The story's simplicity and rushed pacing hold it back from being a top-tier MCU film like Iron Man or Avengers Endgame. But it's a step in the right direction for a franchise that's been struggling. Critics on Rotten Tomatoes gave it an 88% score, calling it certified fresh, and early fan reactions on X describe it as fantastic and a resurrection for the MCU. I think it's a great entry point for new fans and a love letter to comic readers, but it lacks that extra spark of Marvel magic to make it unforgettable. I'd give the Fantastic Four First Steps a 7.5 out of 10. It's a solid, optimistic superhero flick with a stellar cast, gorgeous visuals, and a lot of heart. But it plays it a bit too safe to truly blow you away. Still, it's the best Fantastic Four movie we've gotten, and that's saying something after past flops. That's my take on the Fantastic Four First Steps. Have you seen it yet? What did you think of the cast, the retro vibe, or that epic Galactus? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and let's get the discussion going. If you enjoyed this review, hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell for more movie content. Thanks for watching, and one love.